Top crypto and stock technical analysis, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Nike, Nintendo and more. Last week the stock market crashed. Will we see more financial trouble? Opportunities to buy the dip are here. Let's dive deep into the following charts. Bitcoin USDT, Ethereum USDT, Nike, Nintendo, Polkadot USDT and NEO USDT. If you're not a member of Team NakedTrader yet, would you be so kind to press that subscribe button? It will help me a lot. And for now, let's start with the weekly performance of the crypto market. Overall, a red week, but we do have some green numbers here. EOS is up 26.4, Walrus 25.3, Zcash 7%, Maker 3.1, OKB 11.5, Atom 9.1, and the red ones Move minus 17.7, Immutable minus 25.8, Celestia minus 21.5, Qcoin minus 13.4, Dexe minus 14.5, Toncoin minus 13.34, Athena minus 17.4. And from the weekly, let's change to the daily. Today's sentiment also red. Pi Network minus 9.2, Walrus minus 9.2, Sui minus 4.4, Fed minus 4.9, KCS again minus 5.5. The green ones of today are OKB 5.7, XDZ 2.2, Dexe 2.6, Troncoin 1% and Toncoin 0.4. And from here, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Currently, we have a market cap of 2.66 trillion with a 24-hour volume of 42.01 billion. And the current fear and greed is at 27, which is in the fear zone. The top 10 coins of today are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Binance, Solana, Dogecoin, Tron and Cardano. And from here, let's go to the weekly performance of the stock market. Look at this. What can I say more? Everything in red. It was a terrible week in the stocks. Almost all stocks plummeted. And as you can see, Nvidia minus 14.01, Taiwan Semiconductors minus 11.16, AMD minus 16.91, FGO minus 13.50, Apple minus 13.55, Google minus 5.33, Amazon minus 11.27, Tesla minus 9.15, Netflix minus 8.35. And from here, let's go to Bitcoin. Currently at the monthly, as we started a new month. Last month ended in red and this month started in green so far. Current price at $82,888. And from the monthly, let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, less than 12 hours to close this week's candle. Another rejection, went back to the start of the impulse. And from the weekly, let's go to the daily. Price is compressed on the daily. A rejection from the previous high, the previous drop off here, the 86,000. And now it needs to decide, will it test lower or will it gain? I will show last week's scenarios. And for this week, they will remain the same. Either we test here at 72,727, and if it fell through support over there, the next test will be around 68,240, and else the most defensive play, the entry between 58,967 and then 59,972. If the price managed to go up, Then I would like to see the test here of 92,227 pullback with entry at 86,084, and else the more aggressive one, the price with a test of 94,500 pullback, entry at 87,488 for the continuation, aiming for 99,357. And from Bitcoin, let's go to Nike, starting at the daily. And last Friday, my entry got filled over here, instant in profits, the entry of 54.16. I've charted this one at the end of 2024. I will post a link in the description so you can check it out if you like. And the most defensive entry is already in profits, more than 5%, 5.74. So congratulations if you had played this one so far. And the previous entry was over here. We saw a little bounce from $65 till $67.67. And eventually it fell through support. And this was 3.87. And now let's start on the weekly. I will remove the scenarios. I will go to the monthly, by the way. Yeah, it tested this block. Okay, from the monthly, let's go to the weekly. And I will add some levels. Okay, back to the daily. So either if the price managed to go up, then I would like to see a test of $74 pullback with entry at $65 for the continuation, aiming for $82. And else, if the price test somewhere between 65 and 67, pullback, entry at 58.01, also aiming to break the $74. And let me go back to the weekly, monthly. And if the price doesn't hold support, then I would aim for the entry here just under $50 at 48.28, trying to go up from there. And else, if it fall through support over there, then there's a lot of panic. Then I would wait and would be very defensive, wait for entry here at 39.87, trying to go up from there. So for potential scenarios for Nike the coming days, weeks, and from here let's go to Nintendo. I've charted this one also somewhere 2023, and you could have taken the short here, and the entry of $9.86 never got filled. The price went as low as $10.07, And from there, 93.35% up, insane, almost 100% profits on a stock. And we got front-rendered here only within 50 cents. 30 cents difference. Okay, I will remove the scenarios. And I will start at the monthly. So the price came from its all-time high. I will go back to the weekly. I tested the previous all-time high now, back test. Okay, and from the weekly, let's go to the daily. Okay, I will go back to the weekly. If the price managed to go up and test here around $18 pullback with the entry at 16.56, trying to break the all-time high. And if the price tests lower, then I would wait for the entry here at $13.50, trying to go up from there. And if it falls through support at $13.50, then I would wait for the entry here at $10.88, trying to go up from there. Yeah, let's keep it like this. So 3 potential scenarios for Nintendo the coming days. And from Nintendo, let's go to Neo. I've tried this one in 2024. And look at this. If you took the entry here at $9.18, then you could have had 182% profits. Congratulations. I will post a link of the previous analysis in the description so you can check it out if you like. And also the entry here, it did try to hold support. If we zoom in a bit on $13.08, eventually fell through and it tested $9.18. And look at this. So price action always repeats itself. Later on, this was support here, so also a playable trade again on the $13.08. Okay, nice. Let me start at the weekly, and I would like to start with a clean chart, so let me move myself. And from the weekly, let's go to the daily. Okay, let's go back to present. Four-hour. It's trying to create an uptrend here on the 4-hour. Okay, if you're not in position yet, quite risky but playable. The entry between 478, 489 for the continuation play, aiming for $5.42, and that is, what is it, 20? No, not even. Almost 13%. First target point. And else, if the price managed to go up, then I would like to see a test here, pullback. Then you can pick either aggressive on the 4-hour at $5.09 for the continuation play, or else the more defensive, the entry at 489 for the continuation. But else, for more confirmation, I would like to see the test here, $6.19 pullback, entry at $5.09 continuation. But keep in mind, if it falls through support here, then we will see new lows, and we need to wait for the lower time frame rotation. Yes, 4 potential scenarios here for NEO, and from NEO let's go to Polkadot. I've tried this one too earlier, and it did try to hold support here on the $6.60, and from there it went up. So you could have had 17% profits there. Eventually it fell through support, and after that the price went up as high as $11.58. And look at this again, also here, support went up 24%, so it is always the same. And also here I would like to start with a clean chart as well. And I will start at the weekly. Current price at $3.93. And from the weekly, I will go to the daily. Okay. If the price managed to go up, then I would like to see a test here of $5.20 pullback with entry at $4.27.9 for the continuation play. If the price managed to go up more aggressive, and maybe test somewhere here around $5.84 pullback with entry $4.57, aiming to break the $6.42. And else it's not looking good. Then we will see new lows as well, and then we need to wait for the lower time frame rotation, something like this: low, high, lower low, and higher high, gain of the previous high, and a higher low, entry, and then continuation. Yes, so 3 potential scenarios for Polkadot the coming days. And from here, let's go to Ethereum, starting at the monthly. Last month ended in red. This month started in red. Current price $1,788. And from the monthly, let's go to the weekly. About 11.5 hours to close this week's candle. Last week ended in red. This week started in red. And let me show last week scenarios. From the weekly, I will go to the daily. Okay, look at this. So if you pick the entry here at 1745, then you could have been in profit more than 5% from last week's analysis. Congratulations if you played this one. I hope you took some profits already. Increase your stop loss. So this one is considered as played. If it doesn't hold support, then the next play is here. That is the entry at 1645. And let me go to the weekly. Okay, I will go back to the daily. And if it fall through support there, then I would wait for the entry here. 1550, trying to go up from there. This one might be a little bit too optimistic for now. This one also still playable. A test around 2150 pullback with entry at 1933, and I will add one more. A test here of 2036 pullback with the entry at 1864 for the continuation play. So 4 potential scenarios for Ethereum the coming days. For now, thanks for watching, enjoy your day, and see you in the next one. Laters!